It's Professor 627. Now, what we're going to talk about today is the demonization of children. Now, we got a situation now in this country and the world, UK, Canada, United States, all over the world. We got a situation now where children are being demonized. Children now like monsters. They've been turned into monsters, right? You got all the games. They got all these violent games. They manufacture these games and pump it towards the kids now, right? Turn the kids crazy. Turn the kids violent. All the kids addicted to these games, playing these games all the time. You got the movies. You got the music. Yeah. You got all this hip hop giving the kids negative ideas. You gotta be violent, you gotta be a gangster, everyone's a gangster, all the girls are hoes, bitches, all this stuff like that now. So they put all these ideas into the kids' heads. Yeah. Now naturally the kids gonna have problems. Then on top of that, right? Also, we got a situation now where parents ain't allowed to discipline their children. So naturally, if the parents can't discipline the children will grow wild. Yeah. Now it's like the state, the government is now the parents. It's all about the government said this, the government said that, the government said you can't discipline your children. So now you got children telling parents to fuck off. You got little kids raise their hands to the parents like they're gonna hit the parents because they have no fear of the parents, right? So what I'm saying now, we got a situation now where people have respect for authority for hundreds of years because if you've done something wrong, there was some kind of punishment. You know what I'm saying? We had slavery. We had the transatlantic slavery. Why did the slaves obey the masters? Yeah, because they knew if they didn't, they'd be lynched from a tree, or they get a whooping, or worse. You escape, and knock out your front teeth, cut off part of air, all kinds of things used to happen to these slaves, right? So they know they had to stay in place. They had a fear of authority. They knew they couldn't. They had to stay in line. So growing up now, there used to be some kind of punishment kids used to get, and bit by bit they stopped disciplining the children. In each generation, the children got worse and worse and worse. You used to get like a cane. You get a cane. You done something wrong, you get the cane, so you know not to do it again. So they get rid of the cane, So now the kids can feel they can do anything they like, and you can't do nothing, So now we've got this generation now, we've got earlier generations, but what I'm saying now, I see like from say, I don't know, man, 1990, 2000, I don't know. The kids just crazy now, just totally crazy. They have no respect for the parents, right? I was in the shop now, and I see like this girl now, and the mom's, it's like the girl was the parent, and the parent was the girl. The mother, I could see the mother was scared to say anything to the child, and if she says something to the child, I feel like the vibes I was feeling like the child could literally kill the mother, not just hit her. I feel like stab the mother or something, man. The mother was petrified of the daughter. Like the mother looked at something, and the daughter was about 15 or 16, said to the mother like, "You can't have it. Oh, don't bother look at it. Don't bother even look at that." And the mother was shook. She was scared. Yeah. Can you believe that? Yeah, the mother's got the money to buy the thing, but the child who's 15, 16 years old have the power. And she knows she's saying anything, the child might even stab her, man. This is what a situation, because the government says you can't discipline your children. And if you try to discipline your children, then the parents can say, oh, we're going to call a social worker. Yeah, you're going to be in prison, mama. You're going to be in prison, dad. So you can't do nothing to me. I can do what I like. Right? So now we've got a situation now, the kids all out of control, all over the world, children all out of control in the Western world. And now they pretend they don't know why it's happening. They know why it's happening because the government, the shadow government, the system engineered this whole system. So they know why the kids be out of control. Right? So now we've got a situation now where there's no jobs for the children. But also on top of the fact that there's no jobs for the children, we'd be thinking they're so crazy. Even if there was a job, we wouldn't employ the children because they're so crazy. You know what I'm saying? Another thing they do now, they be saying, all the kids want to think they're going to be on X Factor, all the kids think they're going to be on Pop Idol, they all want to be celebrities, they don't want to do a proper job. Well, whose fault is that? Whose fault it is that all these kids think they're going to go on X Factor, sing a song, they're going to be a big star, or they're going to be a footballer, they're going to play soccer, they're going to get all this money, they're going to be an actress, they go whatever. Who's the one that put the idea in the kids' heads? It's you. You government, the system put the idea in the kids' heads by bringing these show programs. Yeah, once upon a time, people used to have to have big talent to be a star on TV or whatever. Frank Sinatra, Sammy Davis Jr., Tom Jones, Shirley Bassey, whoever Barry Gordy bring through. Yeah, Stevie Wonder, Prince, Michael Jackson, all these people. Mark Bolan, George Michael, all these people. Yeah, Madonna, whoever. Now it's like you don't even need talent to be a star, to be a celebrity. All you need is to get some kind of deal, a contract, and you on TV, you're on Celebrity Big Brother, you're on a magazine, you're on OK Magazine, Hello Magazine, yeah, you some big star getting all this money for nothing. You ain't even got talent. Now whose fault? It ain't the kids' fault that they believe they can just be famous overnight and get all this big money. You the one put the ideas in the kids' heads. So anyway, now we're in a situation now where we've got these kids here now, we call them the lost generation. Yeah, they give you this title, this is the lost generation. The lost generation is a group called the Rizzle Kicks. They got a song called the Lost Generation. Yeah, and then it has some other groups, artists have sung the lost generation. Keep putting in your head the lost generation, the lost generation, the lost generation, the lost generation. They demonizing the kids. The kids now being a garbage pan because they know by the time these kids grow up, whatever, there's going to be no jobs for them because it's going to have the rise of the machines. So there's no jobs for them. So we're going to pretend like the scam is like, oh, well, we're going the robots don't do the job because the kid's crazy. This generation now grow up now 20, 30, whatever. They incapable of doing jobs because they crazy. They're all on Ritalin. They're all on these drugs. They're out of their mind on heroin. They're out of their mind on cocaine. They're out of their mind on this skunk marijuana. Where does skunk marijuana come from? All these kids smoking this skunk marijuana. Where does skunk marijuana come from? You think somebody can grow skunk in their house? This is something that's being made in the laboratory, man. They make this in the laboratory. Yeah, you think any human being can just make this in their house? No, man. There's a system, a shadow government behind all of this. Now they got these kids smoking this skunk marijuana. Their brain's gone, man. And who knows what problem they gonna have in the future because of the drugs they put in this chemical. Marijuana is a natural thing, bro. And it's natural weed. This skunk is something else, right? So back like what I'm trying to say now. Another thing they do now, right? They prepped us for when they was going to have a time when children will be crazy. Now you got this show, what's it called? Centurions. Basically, it's about a girls' school, And go all these girls, they're so rude, they're out of control, they fighting, they smoking, they drinking, they gambling, they fighting, and Flash Harry would come in now. Flash Harry, George Cole, Arthur Daly coming now. He'd be taking bets for the girls, whatever. And you'd laugh when you watch this show, man. It's preposterous. Children can never be that way. That's exactly how children are now. They're even worse than in the Trinian's show, movie, whatever. You see what I'm saying? So they was preparing you for a time when children would be that way because they was engineering a situation for kids to be that way by putting the garbage in the music, by putting the garbage in the movies, by giving them all these games. Kill, 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 kill. If you kill something, they get a prize. You see? That's why they was preparing you for that time. They engineered all of that. So now they say the lost generation, they're no good. We got whatever. That's what I'm trying to say now. So also, what's December 2012? The United Nations had some kind of mandate, something like when you get to 60 years old. You're finished or something like that. You're gone. 60 years old, you're finished. And they showed some pictures of some old people. But these people was like old people, like maybe 80, 90 years old, and they was like, they showed like some pathetic looking people, and the whole thing they want you to think now is, why are these people alive? They serve no purpose, they're useless. Look at them, they're stupid, they look retarded, they look like they got dementia. So this is what they're trying to put in your head now, that once you reach 60, that's the end for you. And they've been putting ideas in these shows, Logan's Run, all these other shows they have, over the 70s, the 80s, the 90s. You get to a certain age, your time's over, whatever. So I believe this generation now, they be calling the lost generation, when those people get to 60, those are the first ones gonna get it. You see? They've been preparing you, and they've been telling you there's a lost generation. There could be no jobs for them, there could be no future for them, right? So when you get to 60, some way, somehow, you're going to get it. That's if you ain't died from the engineered diabetes, or the engineered cancer, or the engineered dementia. If you somehow still alive, you going to get it. Think about it, man.